We are officially live. Play a little bit of music. So that's the direction that we're gonna go in. I can't repeat it right now. Sorry, Snoopy Cliff Mello. I could text it to you in our group chat. But I know you. What you call him? The assassin. He gonna get it in, but no problem. So, figure I play a little bit of music. You know, as always, welcome our guest. Got to definitely thank y'all for being here. Miss Three, welcome back. We definitely missed you for 2 weeks.
Wow.
2 weeks. Hey, you was on the verge of being fired on your day off, Craig.
I'm saying, no rerun, no rent.
There's other greatness out there, so I'm okay with that.
Hey, come on. No, don't
rerun, no rerun, no rent.
No Roger, no rerun, no rent. That part right there. That's fun. Other than that, man, happy hump day. It's Wednesday. This month is almost over. And
man,
I ain't playing. We got two viewers. I can see that. Outside of that, we're playing games. Anywho, so if you're just now joining us, welcome to Gentlemen After Dark, a place where grown folks can talk without judgment. It's going to be another great evening of conversation. We got a panel full of grown folk and them ready to talk, ready to share their thoughts. I see you. My guy, one of the hardest workers in the whole wide world, no BS, as they say. Marlon, what up with you, man? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. And yeah, absolutely.
Wayne?
The month is flying. Huh?
Marlon Wayne?
Hey, it would be nice. Then he could sign us up real quick, right?
Right quick.
It's my guy, my bro. Man, I thought I was bad, but this dude is keeping up with me pretty good. V-Rod, that's my bro. V-Rod Busy, as we call him. Thank you, man, for tuning in. Happy to have you here. This is my sister all the way from Memphis, Tennessee. Guess what, y'all? Yesterday was her birthday. Shouts out to my
birthday, PK.
little sister. Love it. You know, it's a whole bunch of those Libra gang up in the building, but I ain't gonna say nothing. Who else is anybody else? He said we in here. The dude, Devin, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Give you some too. Berdina. Oh no, sorry, that's Damon DJ. Man, this guy right here, amazing brother to have. I appreciate you. I tell you that myself all the time, but you know, I'm gonna say it publicly. I appreciate you, bro. It's my guy DJ all the way from Vegas, my skate brother. Thank you for tuning in, man, and thank you for staying up. I appreciate you. We already got you. Did we get you, PK? Yeah, we did. Leave the gang. I got you. I missed. There we go. Berdina. Good evening. Thank you for coming on back. Man, Memphis is representing tonight. Oh, I'm sorry. He in Phoenix now. Go get her. What up with you, boy? That's my family in Vegas by way of Memphis. That part. And here's a assassin for you. Trey RB, you know, at one time they wanted Trey to be the president of the women's club, but Trey been working her butt off. One day we're gonna get her on this show to be a guest with us and talk about some of these hot topics that we're gonna be knocking down as the months go by. Humvee, Memphis. Oh, wait a minute, this is a conspiracy or something, because Memphis keeps representing. Humvee, what's up with you, man? Thank you for staying up past your bedtime, bro. I appreciate that. We got Miss Pipper. Thank you for tuning in. Pull this music here. Got that done deal. So again, for those of y'all, you like that? The music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Yeah. See, oh no. Y'all not gonna get my
That wasn't
music.
that wasn't Terrence Trent D'Arby. That was not Terrence Trent D'Arby.
Hey, y'all don't know nothing about none of that. We're not gonna do that tonight. Y'all want to sing with me now? To know someone deeply.
And what we just listened to. That was not what we just listened to.
I think he just did it. He done done it.
Hey man,
He gonna make us know. He gonna make us know that song.
Like they rubbing the knees of the Temptations.
Shoot. And these are the Temptations. So we're gonna go ahead and get this started like this. Shouts out to the grown folk in them, and I'm your host, Onyx. Welcome to Gentlemen After Dark, a place where grown folks can talk without judgment. Good evening, Miss Candace. Echoes all the way from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Miss Finnison, I see you right here in my own hometown of Cali, LA. Miss Cindy, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. So tonight's going to be a good topic of discussion. I think, we exhausted, what was that, COVID? Anybody want to talk about COVID tonight?
No, I'm good.
Nah.
Nobody wants to talk about COVID no more. Okay, I get it. I got it. No worries. Y'all want to talk about relationships again? Y'all want to talk about relationships? Yeah, they don't want to talk about relationships either. So tonight, we good. She said we good. Tonight, we're going to talk about something that I think will affect all of us, regardless of who, what, when, or where. We're going to talk about Black culture. Black culture. What is Black culture? I'm going to let my panel, or the grown folk now, I'm going to let them do the bulk of the talking tonight. And my audience, we're going to be counting on you guys too, because I know you guys have, as always, some input on our topics of discussion. So I'm going to go ahead and put up the first question, which is really the onlyest one that I wrote down today. What is Black culture? What is Black culture? So because I missed her so much and she ain't been here, and I know she's going to run in a hot second, so we're going to let her get us started. 3, we miss you. Tell us, what is Black culture in your opinion? What's Black culture?
So in my opinion, Black culture is, I'm going to say this real quick because I got to dash out and come right back. So Black culture is beautiful, Black culture is painful, and Black culture is stolen.
Oh.
I like the last one. That's what I'm gonna be talking about.
Would you say beautiful, painful, and stolen?
Painful, and stolen.
Ooh. Man, that's
sums it up.
Wow.
And good night.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
You ain't gonna drop your mic.
I'll be back.
Hey, she dropped the mic on us. I like that, man. That's
She went in.
Dave Chappelle.
That's a good way to get us started right there. Dev the dude, or excuse me, the dude, Dev. Devin.
Both of them.
Devin the dude. Why'd you change it to the dude Devin?
I was I don't know. I don't want any copyright infringement situations in Texas, and then they come roll up on me like, "Hey man, you supposed to be," For me, Black culture is, it's like everywhere. It's from religion to hair to food. I'm talking about in the South, in the West, in the East. It's Black culture is worldwide. I'll say that. Black culture is worldwide.
No doubt.
Miss Day.
That is.
Miss Day. How about you? What do you think? What do you think?
Pretty much the same thing as Teresa said. Black culture is everything: music, arts, hip hop, writings. I mean, what isn't Black culture?
Right, that part.
I mean, Black culture is everything. I mean, the world thrives on Black culture. I mean, we're the only thing that people thrive to be without wanting to be. If you understand that, they try to beat us so badly, but they don't want that skin color. You know what I mean? So Black culture, what isn't Black culture? That's what I say.
Okay. Last but not least, my little big brother. What is he tonight? Snoopy Cliff Mello.
Yeah, they hit it on the head. Um, I always like to start with the defining of the words, of the key words, and we talking about culture, which is defined as a learned pattern or behavior, which
Who is
includes
clicking?
music. Oh, sorry, that's me. Learned pattern of behavior. I'm sorry, Mama. uh, it's a learned pattern of behavior, which is usually passed down from generation to generation, whether it's dance, music, lifestyle, so on and so forth. So, like all my panelists of grown folk have said, we are the creators of the crew of the cool Charlemagne God, as he mentioned
Yeah.
several times on the Breakfast Club. Um, they want to be like us, act like us, without the trauma of us. And
Facts.
I disagree with you, Mr. Thomas, because I heard you say something over the past week, couple of days. You were speaking about the Jewish ceremony that you saw, and I think this is the basis for your topic. You were asking, well, we don't have culture, we don't have this, we don't have that. I disagree because we're the creators of all of this. Because from the food we eat down to how people dress, talk, influence, that's all us. You can't sell a car without hearing some hip hop music in the background. TV
That's
shows,
right.
the slang, all of that, from newscasters on down, they try to talk like us. But when that police car get behind them, hey, buddy, how you doing? They switch up
Exactly.
real quick when you were
Right
just
quick.
bobbing your head and cussing your ass off to our music. So I think we the creators of the cool. That's what Black culture is.
Most definitely.
I'm with it. I'm with that.
And from our audience, Humvee chimes in and says that Black culture is what we were left to create after we were taken from Africa and robbed of our heritage. So,
Well, you know that our culture started in Africa. We did not create it once we got here. We
That's right.
already had it
We
before
had
we
to
left.
we had to recreate it and recreate and recreate over the years, over the centuries. Because
Right.
once
It
we
was
got
mixed.
here, it got
It
taken
was
from us. So we
mixed
had to,
with
yeah, we had to
European.
change it up. Yep. So
Right. So
we've
we
always
had
had
culture.
culture.
Let's not get it twisted. We had culture before the slaves were stolen from Africa. And and let us be clear on this too. Not all slaves came from Africa. We were here already
Already.
in what they say is the Americas.
Turtle
Okay, so
Island.
let's be clear about that as well. All slaves were not brought from Africa. That's what we need to stop teaching our children as well. But we had culture before. We prayed to our ancestors. That came from Ghana. We don't, a lot of people don't practice that anymore. We don't have altars for our ancestors, to pray into our ancestors to protect us, to watch over us. You know what I'm saying? We had rites of passage where the girls transitioned into women. We had ceremonies for that where the boys transitioned into men. We had ceremonies for that. So it was not created here.
So
Let's
Dana, you bring up, or shall I say, Miss Day, you bring up a good point as far as the rites of passage, and I'm gonna bounce back to my little brother in regards to my thought process of culture for us. Where is it? You just hit the nail on the head for me. That was part of my argument. So at work, I was a part of the celebration for Torah. Torah, I think I'm saying it correctly. It's a Jewish celebration. It's a rite of passage for the Jewish male. Um, on this particular event, they blocked off the whole entire block. They had all of the grandparents, they had the kids, the babies, the men, and they're dancing in the streets, you know, traditional to their culture. They're carrying the scrolls of whatever the name of that was. I don't know. I can't pronounce all of that, but you know, that was an honor to be able to hold that scroll and pass it around to the other members or other male figures that were out there, you know, dancing around with them. And that is what caused me to start thinking, like, well, where's the Black people's culture? Where do we celebrate? And yeah, I know that there are some folks that do what they do, but I don't see it. I personally don't see it. Yeah, we get together sometimes as family. Um, you know, I'm gonna use Juneteenth as a good holiday. We are power. Did you just? We are power to the people, you know, for stuff like that. Give me my 40 acres and my mule. But outside of that, what are we doing?
And we don't even know that. We don't even know Juneteenth because a lot of people think that that's when all the slaves were free. They don't even know the history of Juneteenth.
They were already free.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
This is where I go back to what is Black culture. And as you guys all have summed it in words such as beautiful, painful, stolen, it's part of religion, it's the food, it's the hair, it's music, it's arts, all different talents that a lot of us have as Black people, that a lot of us have shared with others. And yeah, you share what you can do, and then it gets stolen. Because of your pain that you suffered, you have developed a talent singing. We'll use that as a great example. All the hurt and pain that you went through, you could sing some songs. That is
Right.
heart-wrenching. Food, without a doubt, we killing the food all the time. We killing
Oh,
it
yeah.
in a good
Oh,
way,
yeah.
right? And there are many that emulate us or try to imitate us, which is not a bad thing because we know where it came from. We know um, my cooking style, you're going to take it, you're going to try to make it better. My gumbo is going to be the bomb. Your gumbo might not taste like mine. I already know. My rice and gravy, you know, I like mine's dark gravy. I don't like the creamy white mushroom looking gravy. I like the dark gravy, the real stuff. But
yeah.
you know, with our culture, it sounds like I'm rambling at this point. What is it? You know, what is it? Why is it stolen? Maybe I should ask that question.
And it's not a
Because
good thing once like Justin Bieber is winning best R&B song of the year. You know, that's not good. That's not good when white boys is taking over what our culture of music is. We're so accommodating for other people is just it just makes me heartbroken. But I'm sorry, Snoop.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What were you
No, I was gonna say that, and I'm uh, I'm trying not to get emotional because
right?
I
Me
actually wa-
too.
I, I actually was thinking about that on the way to job number two on what I was gonna say, and because we have to worry about our children in these streets, yet they will if they pull us over and they see that we're a celebrity, we may or may not get a pass based on what you know who that officer may be and what they think about us singing, dancing, or whatever. And it brings to mind a song, a poem by Nikki Giovanni, who in essence was saying that they love us,
Oh,
Why you
but they
doing?
just
Why
don't.
you doing like that?
Sorry, I was trying to
hold
do
on.
this. There you go.
There you go.
Continue.
Oh, um,
He
but they
cut
don't
you.
love
He cut you
us.
off, Snoop.
Oh, I don't know what part you heard, but I was saying that
We
it
didn't
brings
hear
to mind.
nothing because Orlando cut you off.
We heard it was a poem by Nikki.
Giovanni.
Continue.
Giovanni. Okay, Giovanni, where she in essence says that they love us singing, they love us dancing, they love us shuffling. Oh, how they love black boys shuffling, but they just don't love black boys. And
Whew.
I hate that there's a perception that we don't have this culture. I hate that I heard you say where that you question that when it's all around us. When we're on the set, look at that. That's us. That's us. Yeah, the one percenters may have started after World War II, and a lot of them were white, but we took it over and we made it cool. Because if you see most of 1% white bikes, they raggedy. Niggas took that and we shine it up. We we put rims, music, and we still pound across the country just like they do. When you turn on the music, that's us, just like Dana just said. And it started way before that because the white groups were taking the black songs, singing them,
Well, yeah.
or
Yes.
or the black people they love the songs, but they'll put white people on the album covers.
Right.
Right.
So
Right. And
our
and,
culture,
and I don't want to cut you off real quick, but I'm Sean, and I don't want to speak for you, but I'm thinking he's thinking more of the line of tradition, maybe.
and that's what I'm getting to.
Sean,
We,
we don't have
Mhm.
traditions. Is that more
but
appropriate word than culture
because we
that you were
Uh,
do, I
trying to?
disagree with that too. Because if and it's also where we are living. And here in California, LA is considered a melting pot, so it's hard to find those nuclei of events. Leimert Park, you go there, they've been doing that since we've been born,
Yeah.
even before.
Yeah.
But we never, maybe we got to blame our parents. They never took. I was never taken there, but down south of
I was.
Mississippi, yeah, yeah, we get. You know how Louisiana is with the Indians and the funerals that happen, and
right.
come on, but it's where you grow up. I think here, and the
No, that's
sad
okay.
thing, we have to go to where it was beginning, where it was lost on that damn slave ship, and so we were forced to hide our traditions or do this. You got to be quiet. But when we in the field, what we doing? We singing, we dancing, we lifting each other up. And
Passing
to this
messages.
very right, to this very day, we still lifting each other up. But because when they saw that, what did they do? They broke us apart. Okay, we
Separated.
gotta send these niggas over
Yeah.
here. We gotta send these niggas
Right.
over there.
Spread them
And
out.
then and that's a learned behavior. And that's why I hate to hear us as black people talk about black people. Why we can't get along? We can't get along because it's learned behavior. We have been taught not to trust each other. We've been separated from our family. So when I say what's up, my sister, immediately she's on a defense like what this nigga want. I'm just saying
Right.
what's up.
Right.
So the culture is a mind state, which I try to educate my people about. Come on, you got to understand the reason why we're doing this, the reason why we do that. Once you understand the reason, then we can work on the solution. And the reason that we don't know is we've been divided for so long. I hate to talk. Like I said, it's really emotional. I'm trying not to cry because I love my people. I really do.
Hey, don't you cry. Don't you cry.
I hate you, Jody.
Oh shoot.
And can I just I'm back. Thank you for letting me pause for a minute.
Hey,
Thank
Just
you.
kind of backing up a little bit. Well, some people may also have the perception of culture is who we are, tradition is what we do. Some people speak of it in that way because culture is culture. We are who we are, and we're not going to change who we are. Traditions are what we create. And yeah, there's been traditions historically, but I think families create new traditions for their families. But some people believe that culture is who we are, and traditions are what we do.
you know
That's a
what?
good point.
I appreciate that. I truly appreciate that because for me, that I summed it all up like that. Culture is was everything. Who we are, what we do, and everything, and that's not necessarily the case. So the celebration that I witnessed, it's a part of their culture, but it's a tradition that's a part of the Jewish culture. That's how I'm taking it at this point. Listening to actually both you and Mellow Three, actually all y'all except for that, the dude.
I got
But
Well,
I was about to chime in on it because it's it's a lot, man. When you think about and what she said was true because yes, culture is who we are. Tradition is what we do. And I think that tradition is part of the reason why we've gotten away from our culture
Mhm.
because it's traditional to think that if somebody has an altar in their house, oh, they studying black magic, they're evil. I don't fool with them. Because we've created the tradition that every time you see that or you see this type of behavior, it's automatically evil. I'm not saying that some people don't use things for the wrong reasons because they do. If
right,
you don't believe it, just it's somebody praying for your downfall to Jesus Christ right now. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So with that being said, we've grown accustomed to by our traditions that we created to think that our culture is bad and evil and wicked because that's what somebody else who doesn't look like us told us that it was. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, they go back to their house, their church, their synagogue, their temples, and they practice the exact same thing, almost verbatim,
Exactly.
that they saw us doing, that they tried to teach us was evil. What happens is, I'm going to make you think that it's wrong, so you will leave it alone. And then I'm going to go and try to emulate what I saw you do. What they didn't understand is that they didn't get all of it, they just got what they saw. There's a feeling that's attached to the culture. You see what I'm saying?
right,
There's emotions, there's thought processes, there are there are rites of passage and initiations that has to happen
Mm-hmm.
in order for you to get to a specific level. Every organization you can join in the world, you have to come in, you have to ask, you have to join, you have to go through a process to move up the ranks. And then when you get to the top, oh, now you're starting to learn what it's all about. You see what I'm saying? So
mhm,
if you just try to start off at the top, okay, I got all the books, I got all the information. Now I'm that. No, you start at the top. You can't build a house that way. You can't build a structure that way. You have to build the foundation first. Otherwise, the rest of it will collapse on itself. So when they took what we had, what they saw us doing, they saw the end result. And they took that and said, okay, we're gonna build off of that. No, you saw the end result. You didn't see when we were going through those, like you said, those rites of passage. You didn't see, you weren't present for those mentoring states where he's like, okay, I had to listen to this elder talk for 5 hours. You weren't there for that. So you don't know how this thing came to be, this culture came to be.
Mhm.
And then when it ends up getting distorted, then you end up with something called a subculture, where you take the top part of the culture and then you bastardize it, and then it becomes underground. Now it's a sub. It's beneath the actual culture. They call hip hop a subculture. It's not, but they call it
Not
that because that's the
anymore.
best way. That's the way they can describe it as not being a part of normal society, regular, society. So I think that our traditions took us away from our culture by it's like divide and conquer. And instead of us having to let somebody else separate us, we started to do it ourselves. So they don't have to do it anymore. They can just sit back and reap the benefits of all of it.
See, I
And
think
that's
So
what I
we're
was lit.
I think we're mixing tradition and culture because we can't get away from culture no matter what we do. We are all of that.
right.
So I think we need to separate. I think we're blending tradition and culture
I
because we
think
can't get away from it.
the right. I'll put it like this: in the company that I work for, the cabinet side, they always talk about the culture that they have built here, and like I said in the definition, it's the way. It could be. It's the culture defined as the way of life or the perception that you end up passing down on how to behave, how to act, how to blah blah blah. So, with that being said, our culture has every time we took a step to get that back base, piggyback on what Devin was saying about how they separate us, they come in and separate us. Let's take the Black Panthers. They had a culture of taking care, being self uh, uh, preserving, taking care of the school programs, the food programs, all of that. But then, thanks to Mr. FBI man,
Who?
came in and what did they do? They didn't use the ones that looked like them. It was us
It was
that
us.
infiltrated.
That's
Just
right.
like for those who saw the Black
That's right.
Messiah, it was us. It's always us that
Yes.
they get that one person. And that's Malcolm X. They say it's the FBI, but they used. Well, I ain't gonna even go into it. Y'all ain't ready for that right
FBI
now.
Yeah,
agent.
we already know. We already
Are you
know.
ready?
Yeah.
We already know who
Y'all
that
ain't
is.
ready for that. So that's how our culture. We have to the way we live, way we take care. They have it so that we are killing ourselves. I'm gonna go even with the gangs, the Crips and the Blood. They started because of the spook hunters. The spook hunters weren't us. They were white people coming into our neighborhoods beating us up. So
And
once again,
they had
we had to
badges on.
create, and not even them. It was their kids too.
Yeah.
So we had to protect ourselves. But then once, like, as Devin said, you throw money into it. You throw some people who everybody ain't your skin folk ain't always your kin folk, as they say.
And I would keep up.
They're going to be those who
Right.
want to branch out and then devour us. So that's why I say it's important to know the reason and the history behind how we get to what some of us call we can't trust each other. That's why I can't do business with y'all. I'm sorry, I use the word nigga, but nigga, you just like me. So you can't do business with me and you are me? That
Right.
upsets me so much because we all can win. We all can win if we get back to our culture. Because when you go to Africa and you know the history of it, we tried. Every tribe took care of each other. And then they came together to share what they had, their talents. Black Wall Street, we did the same thing. And then once again, what did they do? Oh, they doing too much. You want us to go back to Africa,
Down.
but then you want us to take care and buy from us. But then when we do that, you get jealous about it. And then
They
some
do
of
more.
us feed
They do
into
more than
that.
get jealous.
Huh?
Right.
I'm
I'm
sorry,
saying
y'all.
they get. No, I'm sorry. No, my bad. I'm just co-signing what you said, Snoop, because it's not
And
that
I
they
was
just get
co-signing with
jealous.
Devin.
They come in and they do way more than just look at you like, oh man, I wish I wouldn't. They come in and they burn stuff to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
It happened
Oh,
in
yeah.
Memphis. It happened in Rose. It didn't happen all over the world. Look at the apartheid that was going on in South Africa. You go to South Africa, if you see anybody on TV and they say they're from South Africa, they don't look like us. But they're from the continent.
Right,
They were born and raised there, but they're white. Look at the people in
right.
Australia. Anytime you see a person from Australia, they speak like this might, but they're white. What about the people that was there before they got there? Those people came from Britain and went to the land down under. And when they got there, it was people that looked like us that already there. They called them the Aborigines. They moved them out and killed the rest of them.
Mhm.
I mean, if we talk about culture, the deeper you dig in the planet, the blacker it gets.
Hmm.
That's
Every
right.
continent on this planet was black in origin. Japan, China, India. It doesn't matter. Wherever you go, they look like us.
You can tell by the statues, by the arts, by the
Exactly.
historical buildings, all of that. You can tell that it was black influence there.
So when
Period.
you see a picture of an Egyptian statue and the nose and the lips are blown off, but the rest of the statue has been standing there for the last 15 to 20,000 years, you got to ask yourself, why is the nose and the lips gone? Out of a whole structure, the nose and the lips are blown off. Where it was been well, I asked my teacher about that when I was in middle school. She said it was because of weathering. I'm like, but the rest of the statue was still there. If that was the
Right,
case, the whole statue should be desecrated like that. But that's
right.
only one part. Who shot a cannon at it?
Look, when you go to the
January.
Asian countries, they got statues with cornrows, thick lips.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
The wide
Like,
nose is everything.
right.
So really fast, because Humvee is on my head right now. He said, I don't read the comments, nor do I speak on anything. Uh, he just put up this about Australia, since we made reference to Australia. Australia was a prison colony. See, geography was not my best subject, but I do know about put another shrimp on the Barbie, and I know about Crocodile Dundee. That's about it. Outside of that, though, on a serious note, I mean,
Mm.
we know that blacks are everywhere in this grand world. They are somewhere, somehow, whether it was the military, their military life and never coming back to the States or whatever. But that doesn't have, in my opinion, anything to do with what we're talking about as far as the culture part, because I think it was Michelle, and I'm not going to scroll all the way back, but Michelle said, Finnison, that is, that we have to teach our young people.
Mhm.
And I agree with that, but I also think, well, what about the older people that are
I was about
here?
to say we have to learn ourselves.
What about the older people? Because
It,
Mello made mention of our country ties, Mississippi, Louisiana. There's a lot of things that they do way different in those two states alone than they do here. I'm a product of the South by way of Tylertown, Mississippi, New Orleans, Louisiana, my mom, my dad, and all of them, but I was born here. So a lot of the stuff, traditions and all that good stuff, that wasn't brought here. Not for me. You hold on to certain little bits and pieces. Tradition, get up on Saturday morning and go clean up. That's a tradition for me.
Right.
Tradition,
Yeah.
you,
Laundromat.
you don't talk back to your mama. You don't talk back to not nan grown up that you come in contact with. That's a tradition for me. That's part of my culture.
And
oh,
and
that's
you
what I said.
go ahead,
Go
sir.
ahead, sweet. No,
I
go
was going
ahead.
to say, and when you speak about tradition and young people and the wiser people, um, we have a responsibility. As yes, both old and young need to learn their culture, but I think as people, we have a responsibility to create traditions in our families so that our children continue those, whatever that is. For example, this may be minor to some people, but for example, when I my nephews are probably in their 30s now, but since they were 6 years old, I've always started this game night around the holiday season. And as I got older, I was like, oh, I don't want to do that no more. But do you know they still to this day ask, that's a tradition in our family. We need to do that. Like it's little things. It doesn't necessarily have to be a historical fact for it to be tradition, but it's what we create to teach our children. And we can learn together in the process, but it's what we create for our younger generations to understand what tradition even means. And in terms of culture, I again, social media has damaged when I think of the youth. I know we all need to be educated culturally, both young and old, but I think our youth are far removed from culture because of social media. And so for the most part, they get so stuck in a look. How do I me? Yeah. How do I look? What are people saying about me? And they get so caught up in that they're far removed from what culture really means for us as a people.
And it
Like
doesn't
what
have to
happened to
be that.
Sunday dinners? You know, we don't do Sunday dinners no more. We don't get together and celebrate,
We
you
do.
know, as a family. One thing I would say that Black people used to come together was for baptism. We don't have
Yeah.
kids ain't being baptized no more. You know, that was like a big thing. You had godparents, you had a celebration afterwards, everybody come to the church, for the baptisms, or, back during uh older times, like our great grandparents, they would go down to the river. That would be a big celebration. Jump in the broom. You know what I'm saying? Those things, I don't think younger generations are jumping the broom anymore. Some are, but
How about
that's a
this
tradition.
sidebar question? Who's been to a family reunion pre-COVID? Who's been to a family reunion ever?
I have. My
I have
family has it every year.
every year.
Okay,
First weekend in
Every
October,
year.
and then COVID hit and changed some things
Every
up.
year.
There goes that
Kindergarten.
division again.
Mm-hmm.
that's what's up.
You know, in
It's
Memphis,
not. It's
it,
not a.
go
Go ahead,
ahead.
brother.
I was just about to say because he was asking about the family reunion. They used to have something in Memphis called the Stone Soul Picnic, and it was
Mm.
pretty much like a black family reunion. And everybody, because it was during the family reunion season, and all families would be 20 or 30 people from this family, 20 or 30 people from this family. And they would just go down to the river and everybody would be down. It would just be this big thing. And now it's called Memphis in May.
Right.
And it's not what it once was. Now it's like they got this big concert series. They have a barbecue contest, and which is fine, but it's kind of like, ain't that what we've been doing? Ain't it always been Uncle Peter versus Uncle John? Who got the best ribs? I mean, y'all know you laugh because you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It was always that competition. Now it's like you got people from all over the world, talking about who got the best barbecue, who got the best barbecue sauce, and
Right.
Right.
all of that. And it's like that came from, and it's like that stopped so that could start. So once again, it's like some culture vultures came in and said, "Look, we can make money off of this." Have y'all ever noticed that every time we do something in the masses as a collective whole, as soon as somebody starts making money off of it, it's like it never even existed for us.
It goes left.
Yeah.
Oh
Right.
yeah, culture is stolen to make
Stolen.
money. The sole purpose of stealing our culture is to make money.
To monetize.
Period.
Right.
Bottom line.
Right.
That's it.
And that's what I was gonna. I was gonna back up a little bit to two things to correct. Um, who was that said Australia was a prison colony? I don't know if you remember who made
Humvee.
that comment.
Humvee.
That is true to an extent, but once again, that was when the Europeans got there, because the first folk that came there were coming from Papua New Guinea.
Yeah.
And how do they look? They look just like us. So, and they came on boats. So we've been building boats and sailing for a long time. So
Yes,
it
sir.
became that once again when the Europeans got involved. And once again, they want to take us, as Devin already said, put us in jail, kill us off, make us the bad guy. Also, Mr. Thomas brought up our culture. You said what were you used to doing? Getting
Getting
up,
up on
cleaning. That
right.
just not was you. You no, it was me. I'm pretty
Right.
sure it was Dana next door to me. I'm pretty
Right.
sure it was
It was
Devin.
me.
Yeah.
And what's that? That's more than a tradition. That's a culture. We're taught that.
Mm.
Not to talk back to your parents. Not there's certain things we do that no matter what state, what city, what continent you see. I'm just picking on the white people now. You see a white boy talking to his mama. Shut up. What does every black person say? Not my kid.
Man, you gonna get me in trouble. Shut up. Don't do that. Don't do that, player.
That's part. That's culture.
Right.
That's us. That's not a tradition. That's culture. That's how we are raised. Once again, going back to the definitions, a way of life or perception of living that a group of people adopt. That's how deep we go. And once they see us, culture, the cooking, the getting together, we've been doing that a long time. They want to hijack that. We got about 100 people here, but if I just sell these plates, I can make some money with it.
Right.
Right.
That's how it gets hijacked.
I mean, because we even got black shows that don't have a one black writer.
Right.
And then they
Since
tell
the
you
beginning.
how to be more black.
Oh,
You know, that's not black
that,
enough.
that sound like that
Norman
clip.
Lear made so much money off of
Thank
black
you.
culture.
Thank you.
All right.
This is
He
true.
made so much money off of black culture and wasn't even paying his black writers, his creators of the shows.
Hmm.
They
Come
used to
on,
have
it's exactly
African.
belong to.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Devin.
I was just about to say, cause see, I'm in Memphis, so I can only give y'all what I know of from what I was growing up around. We had something in Memphis called Africa in April, and every year for like 1 week in April, it would be like this. They would focus on a specific country, whatever country it would be, an African country. So it might be Zimbabwe or Ghana, Kenya, wherever. Every year was one. It was a different country, and it used to be in North Memphis. You know what I'm saying? Over in Douglas Park. I'm sorry, no, that was the Juneteenth festival. Juneteenth actually moved from the North Memphis Park in Douglas to downtown, and so did Africa in April. They took everything that we've been doing. That's what I was saying about the Memphis in May. Everything that we already were doing here in Memphis, they took it and it went somewhere else. And now when you go to like Africa in April stuff like that, you see us as vendors, and you see everybody else being the consumers, the customers, which is fine if you want to buy it. But it's like, why are you walking around with your hair locked and it's blonde and stringy and you got a dashiki on? If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But do you know why that dashiki is red, black, and green? Do you know what those colors represent? You see what I'm saying? Do you know what that ankh that you got tattooed on your arm actually represents? Do you know where it came from? Do you know what it was used for besides a decoration for your skin? And they don't. And so that's where it's kind of like, man, give it back, hand it here, give us our stuff back,
Give us
use
free.
yours, give us free,
us free.
give us free.
So PK said that Saturday morning cleanup is black folks, period.
All day.
We started doing our children a disservice when we started saying, I want my kids to have better. And we forget to share the lessons we learned and the values that were instilled in us. We sweep the good out the door with the bad.
Ashe.
Ashe.
That's facts.
These kids don't know how to do nothing.
That's facts.
Nothing. We was taking care of ourselves at 6 years old. We knew how to separate clothes,
Come on, man.
put the soap in the washing machine. We
Latchkey
was
kids.
cleaning. We knew how to cook.
Yeah.
You get that chair up on that stove.
Come on, man. You
You know
wash
what
the
I'm saying? And
dishes,
people,
you mop the
but
floor,
we just
you put the dishes
we
away.
man, come
I,
on. These parents are
I
doing
said,
everything for these kids. These kids don't know nothing. It is a disservice. Come on, it's disgusting.
So let's have a little fun. Let's have a little fun.
Okay.
Let's have a little fun here. I'm gonna show y'all a couple of pictures, 3 to be exact. I want you to tell me which
you're gonna show us a
relate.
picture of 3. Uh-oh.
Oh
No.
boy.
Man, wait, how long? The assassin strikes again.
I got to bring you. Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
can you use your sniper voice?
I kid.
Don't be
This
look.
this
Don't
is
be
jokes.
showing your DMs now. Don't be
This is
showing your
jokes.
DMs.
Here we go. The pictures that I'm about to show you, I want you to tell me which picture best identifies with you. And we're gonna start off like this.
Hanging in the child.
Right? Or
Not me.
No Roger, no
Oh.
rerun over. No Roger, no rerun over.
hey. So I'm gonna start
I
off
have
with
to.
this one. I'm gonna start off with this one. This is me. This is my family.
Right.
That's me. That's me. I'm Raj. That's my mama, Miss Thomas. That's my sister Tanya D. That's Snoopy Cliff Mello in the green, Dwayne. Hey. And I'm gonna make Rerun, although he wasn't that big, I'm gonna make him Wayne from down the street. Rest in peace, Wayne. Because he spent several summers at my house eating top ramen. Boy, oh boy. But this was my life. My mom, she got up, she went to work, she came home, she was tired. You know, I'm hanging out with Snoop. D wanted to hang out with us, but no, you go in the house, go away. That's me. That's my lifestyle. That was my life. You did everything that you were supposed to. You tried to stay out of trouble as best as you possibly could. Not that we got into major trouble, but there was those moments when, you know, it could have went bad real quick. That's me.
Mm-hmm.
Who's next?
That's mine too. That's mine too. What's happening?
Right? Look, everybody chiming in. 3 all day.
I'm gonna have to say ours was the first one
First one
with the
for
little
you?
twist.
Okay.
Because
there you go.
Good time.
Good time.
Good times. Mama did work. Even did when did Esther Rose start working? Because she didn't work at first, right?
When James
Yeah,
died.
she did. She
Yeah.
was working because she came from the mod show. She was
Yeah.
the maid for the
That
mod.
she
Okay.
was.
Yeah, that's
She
right.
was. She was the
That's
maid.
right. You absolutely right. And but Dad, I love Clifton Senior, but he was more of a Rolling Stone than James was. Which James, my dad came home,
James Evans was a pool hustler. That's what he was a pool
and my
hustler.
dad was too. And my dad
Oh,
was
yeah.
too.
There you go. Corner
Uh,
shot.
I mean, we weren't. I guess we were poor, but it didn't seem like we were poor. I'll just say that.
No, we did not.
But
We did not know that
You
we
didn't know
was
what poor
poor.
was. Yeah.
Right. We didn't know
exactly,
what poor
We
was.
didn't know.
exactly.
If you was
We
just
know we
hungry,
wasn't
you was
well
just
off,
hungry.
but we didn't know we was poor.
That part.
But we
That
did
part.
what we needed to do to survive, like the song says. And I was artistic, just like JJ.
JJ.
My brother, I'm not gonna call the middle brother militant, but
Right.
he was hard headed. He was hard headed.
Right.
And I didn't have a sister. I had a baby brother who he was the baby. So I think I relate more to that one.
Okay. Anybody else? Let's see. Let me get this out of here.
Devin, Teresa.
Oh, I definitely relate more to what's happening. I don't have any brothers, but I think the spirit of it's all girls, it's 3 girls. But I think the spirit of responsibility makes me connect most with this one because there was that I'm going to work. When I get back, better be done. Yeah, y'all might run outside and play, and you knew if your mom got off at 6, especially summertime, we're like, what time
Hello?
is it?
5
And then you
o'clock.
run inside and clean up for a good 10 minutes to get
5
everything back
o'clock.
because you want to be outside. But it was that sense of responsibility, like accountability, That's what makes it more relatable here, is that accountability piece that my sisters and I, we had to make sure it was done.
Right.
That's right. That's right.
And to the dude, he was
I was
muted.
I
Yeah.
had some, yeah. Man, it's, to be honest, it's it's like bits and pieces of all three of those and several other shows that you didn't post because man, I was like a mix between Michael from Good Times and Steve Urkel from Family Matters. I mean, literally, seriously, I was the the geeky nerdy. No, man, hold on, my brother. This is same thing we talking about now. I've been talking about this same conversation my whole life, and I was always that. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. That's that Muslim stuff. Muslim. We grew up in the Baptist church. My dad was kind of he was more like Dr. Huxtable. My mom was more like man, my mom was more like the mom on What's Happening. She went to work and stuff. So it was really just like a culmination of all of those. That's why I was like, I don't know. And it's crazy because that's each one of those is every black family. If you think about it, like everybody had somebody, okay, well, this is this person, and this is this person, this was me, and this was my mom. Each one of those is every black family. That's why we could watch those shows and be like, oh yeah, I can relate to that.
I was just about to say that. I was
You
just
can
about
relate
to
to it because that's kinfolk them, that's family.
Right.
And sometimes I don't really
Love you, Humvee. Thank you for tuning in, man.
My sister, she was smart, so she would be like Thelma. And my brother was militant. He's still militant. I'm a little militant, but then I'm artistic too. But the only thing I can take away really from the Cosbys was my mom had a tongue on her and didn't curse. Like she would hurt your feelings and didn't say one bad word. And that's how Miss Huxtable is. So
having big fun with the wretched.
Ooh, you're right, with the wretched. My mom, my mom could cut you so deep and don't say one curse word.
That's funny. The
So
only thing I could have took from the Cosbys was Theo and his shag when I had one. That's about
wait. The shag.
the shag.
Shag.
That's
We know
about
Elvin had the shag too. Remember, Elvin had one, so yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. And so the cockroach. Matter of fact, all the dudes on there had everybody but Bud.
cockroach had a
I'm gonna call you Bud.
Man.
So we're gonna sum our conversation up like this, you guys. Find the thing on question once again. What is black culture? That's what we've been talking about tonight. I want to thank you guys all for tuning in to us tonight. Feel free to share this video, share this this show, if you will, of Gentlemen After Dark with your friends. It's definitely a sensitive topic of discussion. There is so much that we have contributed to our American culture or society, if you will. There's a lot that we contributed by force that was taken from us, and then there's the others that are just out here sharing their talents, whatever that might be. If we all keep in mind and remember that black culture is beautiful, black culture is painful, black culture was stolen, it's the food we eat, it's our form of religion, it's our hairstyles, it's the music that we've created, and it's the arts. It's just that little piece and a whole lot more. It's on us though, you guys, to keep learning, share, educate our children, because as was mentioned, social media, for as wonderful as it can be, it also is a drain. It will suck you down into a whirlpool real quick, especially our youth. I was talking to my daughter this morning, and she inquired about a certain individual on my Instagram page. And this individual, I'll keep them nameless, but they are a part of whatever this money making scheme where, you always have people posted up with big wads of money. They taking these pictures with all this money. And so my daughter said, "Well, Daddy, do you know this person?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Why? How do you know him?" "Well, they wanted to follow me." "No, mm-mm, that's a hard no." And I know she's an adult; she can do whatever she want to do. But I'm like, no. And here's why I say no. Nothing in life is free. Nothing in life is easy. It sure ain't came easy, not for me. Not the stresses, strains, and struggles that I have grown up with Miss Day and my little brother here. And then just knowing all of us collectively, we all have had to fight a fight in order to live as adults. Parents, aunties, uncles, protect your children, because social media is the forum, FORUM, in which individuals are using to prey on those who don't know. I learned my lesson about money at Okie Dog on Pico Boulevard, playing 3 card Molly,
Oh,
lost
you get
lost a whole paycheck.
they got you, man, with the
A whole paycheck. The only good
I know what that
part,
means.
I
I know
paid
what
for
that
my
means.
food. That was the only good part. And my little brother, he could tell you, he was right there. So now when I work events and I see people playing 3 card Molly up in Hollywood,
Leave 'em
I just
alone,
be
man.
shaking my head like, don't do it.
Don't
Do it. But hey, they got to learn the same lesson I did. We
I
got to
hope you
teach.
got an Okie dog first.
I paid for my food first. That was the best thing. But a whole week's worth of check. And I was working
Wow.
at Sears Roebuck, when pay was $4.35 an hour.
I was with you.
I was sick.
Man.
I was with you.
I was sick. So, you
No
guys,
wonder you were stealing my fries at lunchtime. Oh.
you guys, we have to find a way to reinstate, and I say reinstate the traditions that are a part of our culture. The family dinners on Sundays, the Friday night card parties, just sitting around and talking with Big Mama if she's here. My daughter is blessed to have 3 grandmothers. So I encourage her to call each of them weekly. Call them, talk to them on the phone because time is limited. So I don't know what we're going to do in order to get it all back, but we have to start with our own individual families and start growing that culture of us. I appreciate each of you guys. I definitely appreciate, I'm gonna call it the re-guidance of thought process by way of Miss Day and I actually Miss Three and Snoop on my perception or my view of culture, tradition, culture, 2 different things, although they are a part of each other. I would definitely love to see us getting back to the traditions of our culture, if that makes sense. I would love to see
That's a
that
great way
happen.
Good
great way to
ending
put
note.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
So,
Great way to put it.
if you guys have something you like to say, feel free to do so. I'll give you a few seconds here. We got 2 minutes. Y'all want to close it out with anything?
Good night, Snoop. Love you. I know you got to get back to work.
Yeah. I love you
I
guys
think
too. Thanks for the
For the who?
Great convo.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah, thanks for the
No,
combo.
thank y'all. Shoot. 3, anything?
I was just gonna say ditto. Like, bottom line, everybody on this call, panel, and everybody that was your guest, take responsibility, step up. Even if it's just 3 of you guys to start your Sunday dinner, then start with 3 and make it happen every Sunday. Whatever that is,
Hey,
don't wait for the next person.
Right.
Just make it
Right.
happen.
Right. Yeah, one day, man, we're gonna get together. Even us, myself, Snoop, Dana. We need to have a reunion and get back on the block. and
For
you
sure.
know,
Yep.
go take our picture
Yep.
like we took with the Street Kings on and the skateboards down the driveway. You
Right.
know,
Oh my
Right.
them days. So
Right.
we got to get that done. But
Oh,
thank you
for
guys,
sure.
man. Let me give y'all this. You guys are always awesome. And we're going to close out the show tonight like so. From the desert to the sea, and to all who have decided to chat with me, good evening.